welcome back my lovelies. Today, I know I haven't been here for a while now, bit of a sensitive subject that I want to speak to you guys about, because I don't really speak about it. It's basically living with depression and anxiety. I myself have depression, but it's more of a social and relationship side of things, if that makes any sense. So whereas everyone that like can go out and have an alright conversation or even have an argument with someone can be okay from that, like, I don't know, a couple of days down the line, it takes me weeks to recover from a fucking argument. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what it is. It's just like, I don't know, the feeling of guilt of things that I may have said, but then that guilt will live with me for a good while, like I'm talking years. Social anxiety for me, it's like, I'll go out with my friends, that's not a problem, but I'll constantly be thinking negative thoughts all the way through of me being there. I'll come across as a confident person, but on the inside I'm not. I do try and push myself, but it's kind of hard. So yeah, that is what I'm going to try and talk to you today about, because for the past couple of weeks, hence why no videos, I have felt like utter crap. And I've tried to hide it for as long as possible, but apparently I have telltale signs according to my family of when I'm about to have, I don't know, a flare up or whatever, because I have depression, but it's like I've sort of learned how to cope with it, so because I've had it for years and I have had counselling and tablets and whatever else. And for the past 2-3 years, I've only been able to manage it, sort of, if that makes sense. So some weeks I'll be perfect and I won't think nothing, and then other weeks it'll be like hit me like a bomb, and there we are again, back at square one. So yeah, I'm going to speak to you about this today. Because I've thought to myself for the past couple of days that I've really wanted to like do some videos and whatever, but my depression and my anxiety has been that crippling these past weeks that I'm not wanting to do anything, if I'm honest. And I think it's because, I think with me, my trigger is change. So if something changes from my normal routine, it kind of sets me back, which I don't understand why, but that is the way I think. And yeah, because I've started a new job, and don't get me wrong, I love the job that I've got, and it's knocked me out of balance with everything else. So like, whereas I had a routine before, now it's like I'm trying to get myself back into that routine, but then it's also having the motivation to even get up and get like into a new routine, because my head's just not, it's not coping as well as it would normally, if that makes sense. I'm trying to explain it as much as I can, but it's just gonna, I know it's just gonna end up jumbled up today. I think another thing as well is basically I've kind of met someone, and it's honestly, it's probably the best thing that's happened to me in a while, with people wise anyway, and I kind of already fucked that up. Sorry for my language, but I think I've already messed it up, because I have these thoughts in my head that maybe I'm not good enough, or it's like bad. Do you know when it's really confusing because it's like, I don't know whether it's my intuition telling me something that I need to listen out for or pay attention to, or it's the bad thoughts that are giving me, well, that are making me think it's intuition, but it's actually like probably bad thoughts, but I haven't got a clue. This is where I need to like sort of differentiate. I can't even say that word. I'm not even gonna try it. I need to kind of separate them two things. Try and separate them. Because I'm not kidding you, every relationship I've ever been in has gone tits up, and I could have been the most loving person, but it's always messed up. So then I've thought to myself, I've actually thought to myself, oh my God, it must be me, because why does it keep happening to me when everyone else around me are in these amazing relationships or whatever. This is how my mind works. I'm not saying that they are, or everyone else, but everyone's different, but this is how I think. So it's like, I feel like I'm cursed in the relationship side of life. So everything like that has gone messed up, and all I'm desperately wanting is happiness. But then I feel like my depression's like battling against me for that happiness. So it's such a fight, and it's so tiring. And like, I know when I'm about to have like a bit of a thinger, because I feel like I'm a lot snappier than normal. My friends and everyone all like click on way before I do as well, and it's great, honestly. It's so amazing that I've got friends and family that support me in like the way I do, because I know there's people out there that haven't got anyone, and I know it's hard for people to speak to as well, because I've had counselling, and yes, that being a person that I don't know personally or whatever, but it's so hard to even like, it's hard to explain how you're actually feeling, because I've had severe depression where I'm completely numb, so I'm not actually feeling anything at all. And it's so horrible to think that you haven't got any feelings, because you shouldn't be like that. You should feel everything. As much as it like pained me to say that you should feel heartbreak, you should feel love, you should feel like anger and sadness and all this stuff, but then I didn't, and it's not, it's so confusing, honestly. It's nice to think that I've sort of controlled that side of things, because back then I really didn't have any feelings, and it was horrible. And now I kind of have, but then I feel like I've got too much, or maybe I'm too sensitive. People probably think of me like I'm a fucking psycho, but I'm not. It's more like my mind going into overdrive. I'm trying my hardest to cope, and when I meet new people, they're just thinking I'm crazy, and well, that's what I think anyway. They'll probably think I'm just bloody crazy, and really it's literally me trying to, I don't know, put this wall up quickly before anything gets damaged again to make me a lot worse, because I had a really bad, well, I've had two bad, would you say relapse? I don't know. Basically, I've gone backwards. Last year I was in a relationship, and I thought things were going quite well, but turns out it never did, and that then knocked me off a bit, because I thought things were going good for once, and they wasn't. So it kind of knocked me back off, and I couldn't get out of bed for about 2-3 weeks. Couldn't even take the kids to school, and my mum and my sisters had to step in and help me out there. That's when I started my counselling. It's so hard as well, because like I never actually like got the quiet break, if that makes sense, whereas people need to go out and like let some steam off in the peace and quiet. Mine wasn't like that, because obviously there is only me, and I'm just me. It's a single parent, so it's a lot harder to get that kind of break. So I'm so thankful that my family was there to like help me out through that. I finally got through that because I decided I just didn't want to get back on the tablets, because they messed me up more than me trying to cope, if that makes sense. It wasn't a way of coping, I think. It was just a way of blocking things out, instead of teaching you how to cope with it. That's my personal opinion, though. Other people might think they actually work, but that's how it was for me. Because they sent me into a robot. Honestly, I could walk down the street and I'd know my best friend, and I'd be like, hi, not even bothered. And it's horrible to think that. I hated talking to people as well when I was on them, so that's why I chose the counselling thing, because I felt like that was going to be, I don't know, sort of a way for me to open up, to learn to open up. And it did sort of work in some aspects, and then I kind of got through that, because I found like being spiritual as well. I kind of turned to spiritualism, if that's even a word. I kind of turned to that, and it did help me a lot to have something that I believed in, and a faith. And honestly, I wouldn't go back ever. Yes, I still think things are unfair, but isn't life always unfair anyway? So yeah, I've learned now that maybe things happen for a reason. Maybe I need lessons, that like there are lessons for me that I need to personally learn. I know that people come into your life just to teach you those lessons, and that is their sole purpose of being in your life in the first place, if that makes sense. I'm trying my best, honestly. Please bear with me. So yeah, I kind of got through that, and I've gone until just after my holiday. I'll come back after my holiday, and there's another one that I know that I've picked up on myself every time I've come back from holiday, back to the normal life. That is when it hits me hardest. Because it happened a few years ago when I come back from Greece. People say it's the holiday blues, but I swear I get it 10 times worse than most, because it sets me back straight into the path of depression and anxiety, and then it takes me a good while then to get out, hence why I'm here now. And I know it's so horrible to think, well, it's to feel mainly, and then your head plays tricks on you that gives you like all these things of you are on your own, you're going to be like it forever, you're no good for anyone, it's nothing's ever going to work out for you, or something like that. It's horrible. So I know that there are people out there that are probably feeling the exact same way, and I completely understand. But I just wanted to talk to you guys about this, and on like why I haven't been around, because I don't want you guys to feel like I am neglecting my YouTube, because honestly, it's probably the best confidence booster I've ever had in my entire life. Speaking to all you guys, and the support I've had off all of you as well is just amazing. But I want to just reach out to those that are feeling this same way but have no one to talk to, because in my mind I think everyone needs to stick together. We shouldn't let people feel alone in anything, especially this, because it just makes you feel 10 times worse. It feels like you're in a black hole and you can't get out. That is exactly my thoughts of it. It's like you're in a dark room, no windows, no doors, and you're trapped there on your own. That is it. So yeah, if there is anyone out there, I know I might have like gabbled on a bit, but honestly, I think it was needed, and I think it needed to come off my chest as well, speaking to you guys. But please, if there is anyone out there, then please get in touch, and I've got my email down below if you need to talk. There's a comments down below as well. Please leave your comments, and I will get back to you, because I know how it feels to feel alone. So please get in touch. So yeah guys, I will try and get some more videos out this week. Like, I will try my hardest, because I do want to get back into it. It's just a pain in my ass lately, it really has. So yeah, I'll speak to you all soon, and I hope you enjoyed this chat we've had. And please give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see any more of my content. See you later guys, bye.